Exactly. Okay, where did we left off? Oh, it's been so long. We were still chapter 2. Yes. It takes 2 or 3. That's... I guess It Takes 3 will be their next game. Okay, let's start the day. Maybe I'm gonna get some hints where he left. Sewell's best detective duo has returned. Oh yeah, they went to do the familiar thing. I remember. They wanted to check out what happened to the familiars. Welcome back, Melly and Malachi. John? I'm calling him Ara now. Because he's giving you migraines? No, because of his gloomy aura, of course. Well then, Melly, Ara, it's good to have you two back in town. I assume you were able to solve the mystery surrounding the missing familiars? Yes, with the help of my trusty assistant, I was able to figure it out. That's remarkable, I have to say. Good thing you went with her, Ara. It was a dangerous mission. Did you encounter a T-Rex? Of course not. Well, we were nearly burned alive. What? That's not what I would have expected. You must always expect life to double-cross you. I'm glad you both made it back in one piece. But I'm curious, what was the reason behind those vanishing familiars? Do I need to worry about Undo disappearing too? How about we tell you what happened in Zulford, but only on exchange for 2 free drinks. I can see you've learned a thing or two on your first big mission. Ara taught me how to be more cunning. Only the basics. No need to be so humble. You taught her well. What kind of drink would you like today, Melly? I want something... something that's polished my investigative and deductive skills. A drink that will make me even smarter than I am now, so no mysterious case like this one will ever be unsolvable for me. I'm coming right up. Okay, something with smarts. Oh, that's a new one. That one... Oh, you can't see art. That one looks really, really cute. Smarts. That's also pretty. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I need to put something in there. Yeah, let's put that one in there. That's 2. One more. Oh, that was the wrong one, but we needed that as well. It's fine. 2. Purple. And one of these. That should be it. Yeah. There you go. Something for your brains. Let's see if this will make your brain cells multiply. Thank you. Let me try. Oh, this is good. I can already feel it. I'm going to be completely unstoppable. Oh no. Oh yes. Initially, I wanted to sit this one out, but I might actually need it right now. It would be my pleasure if it means that I got to hear your story. Also, I'm craving a short laugh. Why don't you share one of your jokes with me? Right. We made a deal. Correct. So what will it be today? Oh god. What type of joke are we gonna get now? Maybe something that will help me counter her verbal attacks, now that she is linguistically invincible. So the usual, alright. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, you want something with charms. So that one. That means we need a lot of yellow. So much yellow. A little bit of this. And a tiny bit of this. Is that correct? Yes, there we go. With the cute little hearts. This shouldn't make things easier for you. Oh. I can see it in those fangs. Is it that bad? Huh? No, Sailor, he likes it. Do you? You can clearly see it in the way your scarf is moving. Oh, I... See? My detective skills aren't that bad after all. You think you could teach me a thing or two sometime? Of course! Then we'll be a trio! The detective, the trusty assistant, and the curious apprentice. I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I've been apprentice. I don't remember being asked if I wanted to be a part of this. But I could have completed the quest without you. Also, being a detective's trusty assistant is an honorable duty. And I'm glad you came with me. Of course, couldn't let you walk headfirst into the open maw of a hungry T-Rex. Nah. Did you actually encounter a T-Rex and so forth? No, don't be silly. Sorry, I tried to make a joke. I can tell. I think it was kind of funny. Huh. Let me show you how it's done. Oh no. Oh no, okay. I have to mentally prepare for this joke. How do you ask a dinosaur if it wants a cup of tea? Beats me. Tea? Rex? Oh my gosh. Do you want another drink? Maybe I need a drink. I still have a lot to learn, it seems. But now please, I'm dying to know what happened in Zufford. So, thanks to the golden feathers, he made it to Zufford in a blink of an eye. I don't think I've ever felt that fast in my life. It was like he had the zoomies. They helped us remain unseen too. Thanks to your drink, we were able to sneak around the city without attracting too much attention. But those ghosts were the clues we needed. I knew we'd find something at the I knew we'd find something at the dock, so we made our way there. She was right. In the dead of night, just hours after we had left your tavern, we spotted a peculiar dog roaming near the water. We watched as it tried to sneak onto a cargo ship. It behaved weird. Undog-like. I hid behind some barrels and kept looking left and right before I started to sneak on board. I'd never seen a dog do that before. It looked like it didn't know how to be a dog. It didn't use its nose, its ears. It was just off. We watched as one of the workers noticed the dog and scared it away. But my investigative senses were tingling. So we started asking around, as detectives do when they want to collect some evidence. A few people said they had also seen some animals with odd behaviors. Most of them, though, they had some kind of illness, like rabies. Or that they were spirits disguised in animal forms, sent by Sea Witch. So they stayed away and minded their own business. Not very high-class detective of them, but they made for fun witnesses. Apparently, there's something like a weekly get-together for all the town's familiar. We decided to check it out. And? We managed to track down a few of the participating familiars to get more insight. It was a little tricky since none of them wanted to talk to us at first. I think they were a bit wary of strangers. It also seems to be difficult for familiars to speak to people they don't know. Must have something to do with their magical abilities. But with our combined charm and charisma, Ara and I were finally able to gain the trust of one of them. And they told us something strange. They said all those familiars of one missing seemed to have been in contact with one particular magician. So of course we had to pay that visitor a visit. Preferably when he wasn't at home. I think that's called burglary. Finding out his address was a traveler. Apparently he's quite popular among the people of Zufford. It just took our a little bit of well-executed bribery to find the mage's home. Did you take some notes? I did! Prepare yourself to be my next subject innkeeper. I'm excited to see how much you've learned. You'll be surprised. Flabbergasted. Gobsmacked. Very well. Your drink really did wonders. We managed to break in without anyone noticing. It was so exciting. We snuck around looking for evidence, maybe a hidden ritualistic chamber or something like that. And did you find one? Sadly, no. But we found his office with the door open. Inside were lots of books about different kinds of animals and familiars. We figured he just loves animals, or at least needed that knowledge for something else. As any worthless detective would, I also checked his trash can. And? Did you find something? Well, nothing that helped to solve the case. But I did find something that you like between all that shredded paper. It looked like a recipe for a magical drink, just like the ones you served. Ta-da! That's very useful. A silent owl. That's what I thought. Anyways, Ara and I continued our search for clues. His office also had books about common and uncommon diseases in animals, so we kinda had a connection to the reported cases of rabies. I thought it was a bit of a stretch, not that I could change her mind. That was not we found next to his desk in a small cupboard were his diaries. They were full of notes and spells that I didn't understand. Something about transmutational magic. Well, she studied his diaries and rummaged through his belongings and scrolls. I had absolutely no clue what any of it meant until I found something of interest. Detailed instructions on how to unbind the familiar from their services. A thought began to manifest itself in my brain, though I couldn't quite grasp it yet. But somehow my instincts told me I had all the information I needed. I just had to stitch everything together. Kind of like what I do when I assemble quests for my patrons. Exactly! But right when I tried getting to it, we heard the front door squeak and creak as someone entered the house. We tried to hide, of course, but we haven't been quick enough with our investigation. I'm definitely not sublighter. The whole place looked super chaotic. The wizard immediately knew something was off. And a potentially dangerous person on high alert is even more dangerous, so we had to be on guard. Ara hid under the table, but I had other plans. I managed to jump on a bookshelf and wedged myself right on top under the ceiling. So I was hidden, but could still see the whole room. Good call. Yeah. I watched as a... Sorry. I watched as a magician barged in, but he wasn't alone. He was accompanied by a lizard, a colorful bird, and a two-headed sheep. Oh no, not one of those again. Huh? It's nothing. Please continue. It was so weird. The bird didn't know how to fly, the lizard walked on two legs, and the sheep's two heads always looked in the same direction. As if they all didn't know how to be real animals. Just like the dog from the dogs. But now we have proof. The weird animals were definitely connected to the weird wizard. And as if the wizard noticed something, he stopped and said to the animals, "No, you three, get out of here. I don't want you to get in trouble or hurt." I already had my fingers wrapped around the handle of my knife, ready to strike. I'm sure he felt my murderous intent. But it does sound like he cared about those animals. That's what I thought too. As soon as they had left the room, I saw him put a ball of flames in his hand. Oh God. He was ready to strike. And I knew I had to do something. He would have done horrible things to Ara. So I meowed. Like a cat? Uh-huh. I'll pretend to be a cat. And somehow it worked, even though I was wearing clothes. The wizard turned around and saw me on top of the bookshelf. His features turned from worried to soft in a millisecond, and he said, "Oh, a little rascal. How did you get in here? Did I lock you in? You must be terribly scared." And I was scared, but not for the reason he thought. So I just meowed a second time, as you do when you're pretending to be a cat. And then he said, very politely, "Would you please come down here? This room isn't a place for the cat, but I can offer you a cup of milk instead." And that was a very tempting offer, so as any cat would, I answered, "No, but I would love some chocolate milk." You can see how Ara is just like, oh, this plan could have worked so well. kinda forgot that cats don't usually speak. Needless to say, his face was priceless. But then his hands started to light up again. I immediately knew she was in danger, so I broke every possible rule the Thieves Guild taught me and just popped up from underneath the table. That was very brave of you. Don't know if I'd have been so fearless. Well, I had to. The wizard turned around. He was surprised, maybe even scared, but he was also ready to fire at me. I already saw my life flashing before my eyes. Before I could even think about it, I yelled, "We know you don't mean any harm. You're just trying to protect those familiars, right?" Apparently, I hit a nerve. He stopped right in his tracks. I took advantage of that moment and tried to explain why we were in his home in the first place. I told him everything about the quest, the familiars, the weird dog. Usually, I'm not very good with words, but, well, your drink definitely did what it was supposed to do. I don't know how, but I think we managed to de-escalate the situation. He looked panicked before that, as if he was being chased. Maybe he actually expected people to come after him. Hearing all of the clues out of Ara's mouth kind of flipped a switch in my brain, and I could see the truth right in front of me. Suddenly, everything made so much sense. I jumped down from the shelf and began my conclusion. It is clear to me that you, the accused, do not have ill intentions. However, that does not make you innocent. You're still involved in the disappearance of some familiars. She was walking back and forth while she gave her speech. Needless to say, the wizard and I were equally confused. You're fond of animals, and as such, also familiars. And while I don't know anything about magic, I have heard the term transmutational before. Who hasn't, honestly? It's a broadly used term. That right there was a blatant lie. So I, the world's greatest detective, have concluded you are turning familiars into animals. Or at least you're making them look like animals. You also were accompanied by some of those turned familiars, and you cared for their safety. That means they are here of their own free will. So by turning them into animals, you did them a favor. They wanted to be transmuted. But now their patrons and other familiars can't reach them anymore. And they're worried that something bad happened to them. And that's why we're here. Case closed. That's pretty impressive. And you figured it out all by yourself? Yep. The magician was also really impressed. I totally hit the nail on the head. I explained again that we were just here to investigate. But that it was also necessary for the familiars and their friends and families to talk to each other. The remaining familiars wanted an explanation, as well as their former mages. The wizard already felt guilty for doing something behind their backs, of course. Turns out the familiars were unhappy in their dragon-like bodies and much preferred feeling like real animals. But they were afraid of telling their patrons and familiar friends, so none of their remaining acquaintances knew what had happened. And of course, they expected the worst. Hi Sasha, how you doing? Oh, Kiriko. That's my familiar. You see him? He's displeased. Are you fine, babe? Are we okay? Did we do a num-num? Yes? Why else would your friend just leave you alone and disappear without a trace? Yeah. But obviously, none of them wanted to continue on like that, so we helped set a meeting up for them to talk it out. And they did. All the magicians were very understanding, if a little sad to lose their connections. The other familiars also welcomed them with open arms, even though they were a little confused at first. They needed a while to understand why their friends wanted to be animals, but I think they got it eventually. So, all in all, it sounds like a very successful quest. Absolutely! I'm glad you got to uncover the truth. Yeah, me too. The magician even decided to give us something in return for helping him. Neither of us have any use for it, so we wanted you to have it. Don't say that! That makes it sound like it's a bad gift, and it's not! What is it then? It's a ring of beast stirring with a last familiar inside of it. Do I get a second familiar? Can Andu have a little friend? Oh, okay, I'm happy to hear that. Okay. Very good. Hi, Duffy, how you doing? We found it a long while ago, but its patron never showed up. We named it Renu. Melina can't take care of it, and I have my sheepfish, Rufus. But you have Andu, so you already know how to take care of a mini dragon. Oh, I absolutely do. You might enjoy some company. So thank you too very much. There he is! Oh, look how cute! It's just flopping up on there. Oh, a little flop. I need to get back to Rufus now. He gets lonely without me sometimes. Or is it that you get lonely without him? He's my pet. I need to take care of him. Don't worry, I'm sure Fable did a good job. Though, it's nice to see how much you care for your pet. He's been my only friend since my parents died a long time ago. Oh, were they also eaten by zombies? No. They were burned. Oh my god. Oh. Oh no. I remember it as if it were yesterday. It was late afternoon and my parents wanted to visit the adjacent village to buy some grain. But they never returned. I wanted to look for them. When I got to the village, every house, every barn, and even the ground was ablaze. I heard yelling, people screaming in pain, pleading for help. And my parents were nowhere to be found. A few of the survivors confirmed they had seen them earlier that day, before the fire. I later found out the perpetrator was the pretentious son of a noble family. He had a disagreement with a farmer over some payments and instead paid a bunch of criminals to set fire to his barn. But the fire spread uncontrollably and devoured everything in its path, including innocent lives, just like it did today. That's awful. I'm sorry, Yara. It's alright. I bottled all my emotions up and combined them into this. That's healthy. That's a healthy mechanism there, yep. For a family? For revenge. Oh. But that sounds like a lonely desire, though. And you haven't found any friends since then? No. The people in the Thieves Guild helped me survive. But they weren't particularly keen on friendship. So I just chose the lonely path that wasn't meant for me. That's not very nice of them. But now you have me. And? What about friends now? And accomplices. And we can find our own guild. Like a detectives guild. Hi Tanya, how you doing? No. Give us a few more quests and we'll be the most famous detectives in all of Fusoa. I'm sure of that. Oh look, the wizard is back. And a good mythical morning to you, Innkeeper. This time it's actually still morning. But that doesn't mean it isn't also morning somewhere else in the world as well. Of course not. That's a really cute hat you're wearing. Thanks. Can I try it on sometime? Only if you tell me your name. A fellow master of bribery, I see. But there's nothing more you could possibly teach me. A world-class detective like me doesn't need extra lesson in bribery. So, you're a detective? Yes! The best detective in all of Fusoa, I might add. I'm Melina, by the way, but you can call me Melly. Happy to make your acquaintance, Melly. I am Hexagon Hex, but you can call me Hex. Like, by your last name? No, Hex, as in short for Hexagon, obviously. Oh. And who's that grim-looking fellow next to you? Oh, him? And they look grouchy, but they're my world-class assistant. Not by choice. His name is Ara. I'm sure it is, yes. Nice to meet you, Ara. But I think you've gotten enough information out of me. Can I try on your hat now? That's a tricky one. You see this little star pattern at the tip of my hat? Uh-huh. It classifies me as a wizard of the primordial sea. A silver one, I might add, one of Leviathan's most trusted confidants. Oh! And all of this knowledge is directly transmitted to anyone with a hat like mine. In particular, silver stars like me have access to the information that, leaked to the masses, will break the order of this world. Oh wow! But every silver star has to go through extensive mental training. Such amounts of knowledge would drive any mortal without proper training insane. No! So I can't let you try on my hat without endaggering your life. And I couldn't forgive myself if I were the reason, for so was the best detective went mad. That is very honorable of you. But I, the great detective Melina, have concluded that you, Hexagon Hex, are nothing but a bad liar. You're a great detective indeed. I also thought you were pretty convincing, Hex. Thank you. Wait, did you actually believe him? I considered it for a moment. No way. But I decided for myself that his words were fairly implausible. I just happen to know a thing or two about the primordial sea. I've read a few books, heard some rumors, you know how it is. And I really doubt Leviathan would share his precious knowledge with a mere mortal. Nothing against you, Hex. Thank the dragons! For a second, I really lost my faith in you there, Innkeeper. I gotta say, you're really convincing. I sure am. Looks like even a great detective like me never stops learning. Honestly, you could have just told me no, though. I would have revealed my name even without a promising magic hat on the line. But it's more fun this way. I think honesty is also a very important skill to master. Whatever you say, detective. But Hex, what brings you here today? Oh, nothing, really. I was just longing for another one of your drinks. You know, the kind that will flood my head with new ideas. Leave it to me. Something with brains. Let's also give him a pretty one. I like this one. This looks really pretty. Let's put some purple, some green, some yellow. That should be it. Yes. Let's go. There you go. This should do the trick. Huh? Let's see. Oh, I can already feel it. All the ideas, they're manifesting in my brain. Honestly, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I guess we'll have to find out. Oh, can you maybe show me a magic trick? Just to test your abilities, I mean. Well, yes, of course I can. I'm glad you asked. You know, I'm a master of fire. Oh, no, not fire. Not fire. Come on, buddy, not fire. Oh, then, can you also do fireballs? I wouldn't call a fireball a mere magic trick, more like a fully fledged spell. But I can create 10 tiny flames on top of my fingertips. No, let's not burn down my cute little shack here, okay? I need this to earn my income. I don't know how I earn my income, but I need it for that. Like cute little candles? I want to say that. I would maybe advise you two to play with fire outside. A lot of my ingredients are very flammable. You'll miss a real big showdown. I think I'll somehow manage to survive. Your loss. Ara, are you coming as well? I'm good. Alright, Lone Wolf, you're missing out though. Certainly. See you later! Have fun! Okay, have fun playing with fire. Please don't burn anything to the crisps.